Now in this session, what we want to be able to do is actually capture the guess. So when they enter in a number, so they're trying to guess a range of 1 to 10 and they put in 5, and we click on submit, we want to be able to capture that from the form. So let's get underway. Now we've already put in our text area and we've already got our submit button. What we need to do though is set up our form so we're able to capture that data. So we're using the post method. In previous videos we talked about the get method and you can see the submission, but we're going to be using the post method. Now to establish the form, I'm going to come outside the PHP once more, and I'm just going to press enter here, and it's going to set the form up in the HTML area. Now we can get this from our index.html, or actually we actually developed one on our menu, and we're just going to copy this line of code from here, go back to game.php and paste that in, and rather than have the name menu, we're going to change this to game guess. It's still going to use the method of post like I said before, and it has itself submitting to itself, which means it's going to submit this form back to game.php. And just to tidy our code off, after we close our PHP, we're going to close the form. Now we're going to be submitting the page back to itself. So let's just check this. I'm just going to refresh the page and hit submit. It's asked me to fill the form in because it's already started the submission, but because we haven't put any data in there, it's now saying this is required. I can then hit submit and you saw the page reload. So now we have the button working. The next thing is to capture the guess that the user enters. Once again, we're going to capture what's been posted to this page. So I'm just going to close menu and open up index.html because we wrote the command line up the top here. So I'm just going to borrow this one and put this in game.php right in the gap here. So just between my titles and just below. So if the server request method is post, then we want to do something. Now I've already started a session variable, so I actually want to capture the user guess and put that into a session variable. So I'm going to once again declare a $ session, and then I'm going to declare the session variable. In this case, it's going to be user guess, and I'm going to let that equal to the post of user guess. Then what I want to do is just echo that out to make sure that it's worked. So let's save and run this now. So I'm refreshing the page. Continue. Oh, there's an error. Because we've got an open if bracket, we also need to close that if bracket. Otherwise, the command is not complete. So let's save that and refresh the page. Okay, the page has been resubmitted. You can see from the previous entry it was 50. So let's put in now 20. And hit submit. You can now see that 20 appears here. So we're actually capturing the user input. So if I put 50 in there again, submit, you can see 50. If I hit submit without entering something, it's asking me to fill in the field. So that's working correctly. So now that we've captured all the data, so we've got the number to guess, which is in a session variable, and we've also taken in the user guess from the form, we're at a stage now where we can actually process the game to find out if they're correct, too high or too low, and if they do win, give them the opportunity to play again. So let's cover that in the next video.